Grand ceremony celebrates 50th anniversary of national reunification.
Kim Lean Relic Site welcomes thousands of visitors.
Russia ready for negotiations without preconditions.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. This morning, April 30, Ho Chi Minh City hosted a national ceremony marking the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, including a military parade and procession.
The commemoration ceremony began with a welcoming art program themed Radiant Land of Vietnam. The ceremony officially commenced with a flag-raising ceremony accompanied by the resounding sound of a 21-gun salute. Delivering the speech at the ceremony, General Secretary To Lam expressed deep gratitude to President Ho Chi Minh and people who sacrificed for the cause of revolutionary struggle and national reunification, as well as international friends who supported Vietnam. The General Secretary affirmed that after 50 years, from a poor and backward country heavily devastated by war, Vietnam has achieved remarkable results in its economy, deep international integration, and firmly maintained its independence, sovereignty, and national defense and security. Commemorating the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification is also a historic moment for all Vietnamese people at home and abroad to unite and look towards the fatherland with the goal of building a strong, prosperous, civilized and happy Vietnam.
On the first day of April 30 and May 1st holidays, thousands of visitors came to Kim Lean Relic Site in Nam Dang District, the hometown of beloved President Ho Chi Minh.
Since early morning, people of all ages arrived at the Kim Lean Relic Site, offering incense at the memorial house of President Ho Chi Minh, visiting his paternal and maternal ancestral homes associating with his childhood. During the 5-day holiday, the Kim Lean Special National Relic Site will organize a special exhibition titled 50 Years of Liberation of the South and National Reunification, contributing to reminding today's generation of the arduous but heroic journey of the nation. The journey to bring the North and the South to reunite as one family is Ho Chi Minh's aspiration. Not just a cultural and historical destination, Kim Lean is also a place for thousands of people to ignite in their hearts the flame of patriotism, national pride and deep gratitude to the person who dedicated his entire life to the fatherland.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says that Moscow is ready to start direct peace talks with Ukraine without any preconditions. His statement came after President Putin announced a 72-hour ceasefire from tonight of May 8 to the end of May 10 to mark the 80th anniversary of Victory Day over fascism.
All consultations I participated in.
Speaking at a press conference after BRICS foreign ministers meeting in Brazil, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that President Putin's ceasefire proposal on the 80th anniversary of Victory Day represents the beginning of direct negotiations to resolve the conflict in Ukraine without any preconditions. The Russian side also emphasized its readiness for peace talks to address the root causes of the Ukrainian crisis and establish constructive cooperation with international partners. At the UN Security Council meeting on April 30th, Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia also expressed hope that Ukraine would abide by the ceasefire, which Russia considers a basis for direct dialogue between the two sides. However, Ukrainian President Zelensky rejected Russia's proposal, calling it a manipulative ploy. He also called for a 30-day ceasefire, but Russia opposed this, arguing that Ukraine would use the extended time to rearm.
Coming up next are some updated news.
U.S. President Donald Trump celebrated the 100-day milestone of his second term in office with a large rally in Michigan, a key battleground state he won after losing to former President Joe Biden in the previous election. Speaking at the event, Trump declared his first 100 days were the most successful in presidential history. In fact, in the past 100 days, Trump had implemented a series of policies that shocked the U.S. and the world by signing numerous executive orders on border security, trade, education, technology, and federal bureaucracy reform. He also imposed high tariffs on many partners, causing global trade turmoil and risking a resurgence of U.S. inflation. Trump also withdrew the U.S. from the WHO and the Paris Agreement, while failing to end the conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza as promised in his early days in office.
Nomi, the AI assistant of a Vietnamese startup, has won the first prize at GITEX Asia 2025, one of Asia's largest technology events held in Singapore. The Nomi AI assistant is designed as an intelligent financial companion for individuals thanks to its ability to integrate directly with bank payment gateways, allowing automatic expense tracking, thereby saving time and ensuring absolute accuracy. The award once again demonstrates the international competitiveness of Vietnamese technology products in the global innovation ecosystem. Nomi will continue to represent Asia in the Supernova 100 competition of GITEX Europe 2025, held in Germany in May.
On the evening of April 29th, the Vietnam Railways Corporation operate a specially designed pair of trains named the Reunification Train to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the reunification of the country. The two trains, SE1 and SE4, each carrying nearly 400 passengers, departed from Hanoi Station and Saigon Station respectively and will meet at Da Nang Station at noon on April 30th, the historic day. Compared to the journey of over 80 hours 50 years ago, the travel time is now just over 32 hours, affirming the remarkable progress of the railway industry.
The historic event of April 30, 1975 marked the end of Vietnamese long and difficult resistance war against foreign invaders. For the soldiers who were part of the 5 advancing forces that liberated Saigon, the memory of that victory remains a sacred and lasting source of pride.
Every anniversary of the liberation of the South, the Independence Palace is bustling with tens of thousands of people from all over the country. Many veterans who were part of the liberation forces entering the inner city still remember the scenes of Saigon's streets on the morning of April 30th, 1975.
50 năm rồi thì nó thay đổi quá nhiều.
50 years have passed and so much has changed. I still remember these open spaces and Dao Dan Park over there. At the time, civilians gathered around the soldiers, saying, "These communists look so thin but kind. So pity."
Contrary to the propaganda of the former regime, the people of Saigon welcomed the Liberation Army as if they were their own relatives returning from afar.
Our vehicles entered the takeover area. People on both sides of the road waved to welcome the Liberation Army. Many people offered gifts. An elderly even gave us a box of meat. My feelings were very special.
The promise of 2 years of reunification, after the 1954 Geneva Accords, only came true 21 years later. Following the April 30th victory, the entire nation united to fulfill President Ho Chi Minh's wish of rebuilding our country to be more prosperous and beautiful.
A harmony of the South and the North to rebuild the country. And our country at this time not only has land but also a vast airspace, sea and continental shelf.
Emerging from the ashes of war, Vietnam has gradually risen to become one of the fastest growing economies in the region and the world. Looking back at 50 years, the soldiers who fought for liberation, as well as the younger generations born in peacetime, deeply understand the sacred value of independence, freedom, peace and unity, foundations of the nation's strength for today and the future.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.